right, 170, guys. Let's matchmake it. And we got thrown a little bit of a surprise. And the surprise was Belal Muhammad, and he really wants to fight Kamaru Usman. The reason that's a surprise is Belal had come out 3 weeks ago and announced that his next fight was going to be against Rakmonov. And that was supported. Somebody backed that up. Was it John Anik? Somebody backed that up. So I didn't know how they were making that fight because I don't have a date that Rakmonov is returning. I talked to Rakmonov's manager. They don't appear to have a date that Rakmonov is returning. So to book a fight with Belal or to tie Belal up, it was just one of these things where I struggled with it, but this was still the report that was coming out. Then, don't forget, Belal and Kamaru had the podcast from hell. And Kamaru was wrong in the situation. Like Kamaru was acting like the UFC set this up and this was a press conference, but that's not what happened. Belal was Kamaru's guest. And Kamaru ended up coming after him. And it ends up getting weird. And it was very organic. And yeah, those guys, you can make a case for. 2 former world champions, you can make a case. An organic and real beef, one that Belal is already started on, one that's going to be hard for Kamaru to deny. Look, Kamaru is not going to be accepting a challenge from Belal anytime soon. It'll be at least a month. And that's at least. It could end up being 2. And the reason I say that is when you're drunk on excitement, when you're high on the adrenaline of a great performance, which was Kamaru, what he just had, you hold out all hope and you make your case for as many days as you can make the case that you should be the guy to fight for the title next. So you don't accept other fights, you don't build other fights, you don't show an interest, you don't go to the media with other fights. And I'm just sharing with you, Kamaru deserves to be in that conversation. That win over Buckley was big enough and it was good enough. I don't dispute that. But when reality starts to set in, the UFC would like to give guys title shots. They like to spread that opportunity. They like to make that phone call. They like to reward somebody. And Kamaru's already been rewarded with that. He's already been given that. So to get that back is definitely something he can do again. And I do think that he will belong in the conversation, but you need some moving parts. Somebody gets sick, somebody gets hurt, you got a location issue. Like there would be a couple of things that would need to happen, absent of Kamaru winning one more fight. He goes out and fights Belal, we're not having this conversation. He goes out and aligns himself with Shavkat Rakmonov, who I think Rakmonov walks right into a title fight. I always struggled with the idea that Rakmonov was going to take on Belal only because I thought Rakmonov was already in a spot to go and fight for the belt. I thought that's what the win over Ian Gary, not to mention every other fight that he's ever had, of which he won them all, I thought that's what that represented. So I think it would be wise if Kamaru could align himself with Shavkat. He might have to fight him. Then he would, again, it'd be just like beating Belal. He would go right in for a belt, at least it would seem. Or if Shavkat could slide in, there is a situation where Kamaru could just be next if he can piss him off enough. I mean, it's one of those spots, but the title shot is given to the best guy. That's true. But the things that you have to do to be the best guy, a lot of it is being active, a lot of it is training, a lot of it is being willing. And just share for you, Kamaru has sat for a meaningful amount of time. And he's won 1 of his last 4. He looked amazing, and the 3 that he lost, they've got asterisks expired, right? I mean, they were awesome. They were all awesome. But to believe that he's going at 38 years old, and after being given that opportunity so many times, that he's going to be drawn right into that, it's unlikely. But I am sharing with you why you should not expect Kamaru to come out and accept one of these challenges right away. Now, Belal's on the exact opposite side. Like, Rakmonov hasn't spoke to us, and we seem to not care. Generally, we, meaning you, get annoyed when a fighter won't come and talk to you. We don't know what he's out with. We don't know what the injury looks like. We don't know what the diagnostics is. We don't know what the recovery looks like. We don't have a guest date. We don't have an opponent. But everybody seems to be okay with that. Like Rakmonov has got enough goodwill, it appears, that he could walk into anything and you would accept it. And I kind of feel that way towards him as well. I don't know that he owes us an update on his Achilles. I don't know that he does. But meanwhile, while he's doing nothing, you got Blahal out there working triple time like he always does. And now you have Usman, who's back, put on a beautiful performance and wants to get in there. And you want to know who else did a great job this weekend? Buckley. Did you guys happen to see that Buckley missed the van? Do you even know what I'm talking about? So the show is going. It's airing on the Worldwide Leader. Buckley goes live on social media. He had missed the van at the hotel. Now, know what the bus is at the hotel. All the fighters get on there. The fighters then don't need a pass when you get to the arena and they go down and they're behind the scenes and all this. So they go into the same door that when the president comes that he will go in, just for example. The fighters don't need a pass for that. The bus has a pass. So the bus itself will produce its pass and then it will be given entrance below and into the arena. So when Buckley misses the bus, he misses the opportunity to get access down below to the arena. He doesn't have tickets. Well, he walked through the main door. And he walked through the main door live streaming while not having a ticket. And he's got the boys with him. Then, of course, Buckley doesn't want to be spotted. If he gets spotted, everybody's going to come and rush him, so he's got his hood up. Well, you know who else would have their hood up and come through the front door and not have a ticket? A thief. Right? He's dressed like a thief. He's dressed like a criminal. He's literally trying to disguise himself, and he's telling security, you better get somebody, I'm the main event. And the show's rolling. The UFC doesn't know where he's at. It was one of the most interesting things, and I was able to catch both. Right? Adam Felter sends me this. I'm watching Joaquin live, wondering if he's going to get to the arena. I'm watching the UFC going, they're not that far from the main event. The whole thing was great. And then Buckley came out yesterday and declared victory. Now, he did not declare victory in that the judges got it wrong. He declared that he just went 25 minutes with the greatest ever. He declared that he went 25 minutes, which is 18 minutes more than George Masvidal made it. He declared that he won the final round, entered the 5-round club, meaning he's gone a full 25 minutes, and was the one pushing the pace at the end. It was very interesting. It was a very cool way to handle it. And I do feel like Buckley's stock went up. I don't think that Buckley lost. And the reason I'm saying that to you is when you're trying to matchmake these guys, go, okay, you got these great guys. You got Usman. Leon's in there somewhere. And what are we going to do with Blahal? He was just world champion a minute ago, and Rakmonov's come back, and he's never lost. Like when you're talking about the top guys, you still got Colby. You still got Ian Gary. You've still got Buckley. This doesn't knock Buckley backwards. Not one spot does it knock him backwards. All in all, very interesting. All in all, 170. Fun weight class. Hard weight class to matchmake.